Dear All Saints parishioners and families, it gives me so much joy once again to say hello to all of you, and also it's a great joy for me to be in touch with you, to stay connected to you. And let me first thank many of you who have reached out to me through your emails, through texting, and through phone calls, checking how I am doing and offering your prayers for me, and I appreciate it. And I want to thank all of you. I need a lot of your prayers. Just like you need a lot of prayers, I do need a lot of prayers from you. And thank you so much for your prayers and words of appreciation I have been receiving through emails. Also, I want to really today talk to you about how we try to stay connected to you. You will be receiving video messages from us in the coming days, coming weeks, from some of our teachers, from our principal, and some of our All Saints School students would be talking to you. It is to share with you that our mission, our ministry has not been shut off. Rather, we still continue to do our mission with joy, with all that is going on. And therefore today, I encourage all of you to keep up that positive spirit. Yes, we are in difficult time. We are through this tough and challenging time. And I know some of our families are hurting financially because they have lost their job. They have been laid off. But let's not give up the positive spirit, the joy, what makes us a great nation on this earth, what makes us a great people on this planet. That is not giving up and continuing with that joy and positive spirit. And today we have a beautiful story. The story is not my story, but St. Luke's story, which you will be reading this coming Sunday as the gospel. The story is about the two people going to Emmaus and how the risen Lord joins them. Even though I am going to be preaching about this passage this coming Sunday at the Mass, I just wanted to share one thing with you today. That is, in this story we will see these two disciples of Jesus as they were walking away from Jerusalem. They were fully focused on their past. What happened a few days back. In the conversation with the risen Lord, they would be talking about, are you the only person who did not know what happened in Jerusalem these days? So you get a clear sense that these two people were just preoccupied with what happened in the past. And sometimes with whatever is going on, we might be in the same situation as well. Being so much preoccupied with what's going on, what has happened in the last 1 month, it can happen to us as well. The first thing that happened to the disciples is when they were preoccupied with the past, which happened 3 days back, they failed to really see what's happening right before their eyes now. What is right there for us to see. And it can happen to us as well. The more that we are preoccupied with, oh, this was kind of life for us and it has changed and this is what is happening to us, when we are so much preoccupied with what we have lost, we could easily miss what is right before us now. And what before the eyes of the two disciples were the risen Lord, his presence. He accompanying them in their journey. But the gospel says they did not recognize him. And that's true of us as well. The second thing, what happens when you are preoccupied with what happened, the past? Let's go back to this story again. The two disciples, they completely lose sight of their mission and ministry. Remember, the risen Lord, even before he was killed, he told the disciples, you stay in Jerusalem until I send you the promised one, the Holy Spirit. That was the mission that was given to them. Stay in Jerusalem, wait for the promised gift from me, from the Father. But when they were preoccupied, so much preoccupied with the past, what happened? They completely lost sight of the mission. And therefore, they were going away from Jerusalem and moving to some other place. And it can happen to us as well. If we are so much preoccupied with what happened in our life, how much we have lost, we can also lose sight of what is the mission before us as a country, as a nation, as a community. We have a great mission of bringing that hope and light again to all people, especially those people who are hurting. And think of our seniors in their nursing homes, assisted living facilities, who are yearning for companionship, yearning for a visit from their loved ones, and we are not able to go there. We have a lot more to do. And therefore, the more we are preoccupied with the past, what happened to us, we will also lose sight of what lies before us, the mission before us. And therefore, we have these two lessons for us today. And I encourage all of you to really think about, yes, we do suffer, we do struggle, we go through pain. It's harsh time for us, difficult for us. But we cannot just let ourselves buried in this past for two reasons. We might miss something that is right before us, something so beautiful before us now. And that's one of the purposes of this video message, to bring you the good stories, uplifting stories, the stories that tell us, remind us, not everything has been lost. We still continue to do the ministries that are so dear to us. One of the purposes. The second thing, when we really are completely lost in the past, we can lose sight of the mission before us, that we have a lot more things to do as a community. And therefore, All Saints families and All Saints parishioners, I want you to know that I pray for you, and I miss you very much. I miss seeing you. And whenever I walk from my home to the office, I stop for a few moments looking at the empty playground, school playground, and thinking about our children. Even though it's sometimes too much of noise and screaming, I begin to appreciate that now, because there is no life here. Sometimes, some good things happen with some bad things. You begin to appreciate the things that you did not really like. Now I yearn for that life again here, seeing our children screaming, making noise, running around, reminding us that what it means to be completely freed from all the worries. That's what they reminded me every day, but I did not see it. But now I want to see it. And therefore, dear brothers and sisters, I encourage all of you to be open to God's blessing to us, even in this time, and follow the journey of the two disciples on their way to Emmaus. Come to see the Lord, and come to see comfort, consolation in one another as they did. because they came back to the apostles again to be in their company, to share their stories, and to be really united with them. And may God bless all of you, and I always pray for you. Stay safe. Thank you.